Dang.
Recent news that a Philly rapper, a Chicago rapper, and a Maryland content creator was allegedly shot at in Chicago while filming. Now, speaking of Skrilla, he was the Philly-based rapper who was with Brandon and another Chicago rapper in Chicago while filming. And the Chicago rapper they was with was Q50, a young man who he claims is not really a rapper but started rapping since his right hand had lost his life. A second victim was injured in connection with the shooting, a male whose age has not been determined. He later took himself to the hospital after he suffered a gunshot wound to the head.
Dang.
He was listed in critical condition.
What's going on, my people? I'm back with this video, man. I don't know what's going on, but we about to find out. Let's go.
Trying to shoot up somebody's block, spin where they at, and then you get stopped and
shut down.
Imagine trying to shoot up somebody's block, spin where they at, and then you get stopped and become a victim. The joke's now on you.
Dang.
Recent news that a Philly rapper, a Chicago rapper, and a Maryland content creator was allegedly shot at in Chicago while filming, with further reports that the man who was doing the shooting allegedly was shot in the head in return. In this video, we go over the details while briefly discussing the people who was allegedly involved. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Speaking of Philly rappers, the YouTuber we're about to discuss managed to have an interview with the Philly rapper named YBC Dul, who did that interview only days before he lost his life. The YouTuber name is Brandon Buckingham from Maryland. He have over 800,000.
Bro, I did not know this guy was from Maryland. I don't know what part of Maryland. Yo, Maryland stretches very far, but I highly doubt it's Baltimore. But
subscribers and counting, with tens of millions of views on YouTube. Now, YBC Dul wasn't the only Philly rapper that Brandon had interviewed. Typically, he goes to these neighborhoods and spend a day with these artists. Another Philly-based rapper he did an interview/vlog with was Skrilla.
Yeah, I'm a one-on-one now, everybody wanna be with me. They see that glizzy, yeah, that's glizzy.
A guy from Kensington in Philadelphia, an area what they reference to on the news, and to the mass majority of people in Philadelphia as Zombie Land.
Skrilla's out here signing autographs.
You don't gotta do that with me.
As a crowd of fans is forming around Skrilla, a cop walks up to him out of nowhere and checks his waistband for a gun.
I need your waistband, bro. My waist?
My man's need your waistband. Think my man done.
Be cool, man. Y'all good.
Cop's checking his waistband.
I just put that bitch up.
ain't that something? Ain't that something? He already knew. Yo, it's crazy because, like, in that sense, for a cop to ask that type of thing, like, that means if something was to happen, I'd rather you die. Don't it kind of sound like that? Because, like, if I don't got it on me, that means, all right, if something do happen to me, you know I'm good as gone. Like, that's why cops be setting people up, yo. I be feeling like cops be setting people up sometimes. They hate to see somebody winning, yo.
Hit the gas, bitch.
This interview managed to have over 2.5 million views and counting. I don't want to spoil the interview for those who want to go over there and check it out, but check out some highlights.
Phone to my life.
Mix the Xanax with the lean, bitch, I'm the face of Zombieland, goddamn.
Philadelphia rapper Skrilla, also known as the face of Zombieland, has lived his entire life in Kensington. He reps the city of zombies so hard, he has dog food, which is slang for heroin, tattooed on his face and hands. Recently, he's been making waves for his unique rap style, performing outside surrounded by addicts and posting his taboo religious practices on Instagram. For those unaware, I have traveled all across America, from Skid Row to Baltimore, and Kensington is the most disturbing place I've ever been to. Plagued by the fentanyl and xylazine epidemic, every YouTuber that visits Kensington goes to the bodyguard and leaves before sunset. But not me. I slept on the hardwood floor at a stranger's house in Kensington to make this video happen. So get ready, because in today's episode, I stay outside in Kensington from 4 p.m. until 4 a.m., learn about Skrilla's religious practices, and experience firsthand life as the face of Zombieland.
Now, speaking of Skrilla, he was the Philly-based rapper who was with Brandon and another Chicago rapper in Chicago while filming. And the Chicago rapper they was with was Q50, a young man who he claims is not really a rapper but started rapping since his right hand had lost his life.
I shoot too fast, can't run you slow, hit the flow, you won't get
What the heck?
How the fuck you on the streets ain't got nobody, little nigga, that shit.
Bro, these Chicago people be on one. What? Bro, is they yerks y'all be You know? Because, bro, that's another level.
Allegedly Bloodhound. And the guy who lost his life was Bloodhound Lord Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Which happened only a month after their friend Lord Scoom lost his life.
Right.
Now, Lord Scoom is important, as we'll later talk about how they lost their life. It's important to know that we did a video on both scenarios. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the bio. But the people who was allegedly responsible for Lord Scoom's demise was allegedly responsible for shooting up this filming. Now, the rapper Q50 is a man who raps on many songs that he got 8 bodies. A man who even referenced hopping out on the 2 teens in his music that lost their life while leaving high school in downtown Chicago.
Rap, I'm still out spinning. Bloodhead call, say you trying to go spin. We can spin downtown, let's 2 got lifted.
Robin Sherrill, this was a chaotic scene with bullets flying everywhere, leaving 2 teenagers shot and killed, both of them identified tonight.
That was a teenager?
You can fix the shattered glass and cover the bullet holes left behind.
Wow.
Like a firecracker, you know, like a...
But the gaping hole in many hearts after 2 teenage students identified tonight as 16-year-old Robert Boston and 17-year-old Monterio Williams were gunned down during a busy midday in the Loop.
Hey, we got 2 people shot. Look like 2 people shot right here. 15, 25.
Isn't easily repairable.
Friends of the 2 victims, they were trying to do CPR.
It happened outside of Innovations High School near Wabash and Washington at the end of the school day just before 12:30. Boston and Williams, who were students there, were walking out of the school with 4 other classmates when police say 2 dark-colored vehicles pulled up. Multiple suspects got out and began firing shots.
I was coming out of Burgerson, like I'm trying to go shopping, and next thing you know, it was like we heard a big old argument, and next thing you know, we just see like his shots going out.
In a statement, Mayor Brandon Johnson extended his condolences to the boys' families and school as they, quote, grapple with unimaginable pain and trauma caused by this senseless act of violence.
Dang.
And the police say they believe this was an isolated shooting. No one is in custody.
And like we say, fam, the moment you align yourself with somebody and you're in the public, you can become a casualty of their war. Because you don't know what beef they got or what they did. And it is what it is. And the rapper Q50 went to his Instagram post to literally point out that the man got shot in his head and that the people who allegedly did the shooting won't come back anytime soon. But before we read that post, let's talk about the details of the shooting. It was September 25th, 2024. It was a Wednesday. An investigation went underway after 2 people were injured in a shooting on the city's south side. According to Chicago police, the shooting unfolded at around 2 p.m. in the 7800 block of South Maryland Avenue in Grand Crossing. Police said one of the victims, a 26-year-old man, was standing on the sidewalk in the area when he suffered a gunshot wound to his right foot. The man took himself to the hospital, where he was listed in good condition. Now, I'm not sure if the victim was the guy standing next to the rapper Lord Scoom, may he rest in peace, who was the cameraman, who identified himself as AMFK. Everyone had nothing but positive words to talk about him, about the positivity that he pushed. But he was grazed, and we sent 11 prayers his way and praying for a speedy recovery. A second victim was injured in connection with the shooting, a male whose age has not been determined. He later took himself to the hospital after he suffered a gunshot wound to the head. He was listed in critical condition. So as of now, no arrests have been made, but helicopters were seen hovering.
Bro, one time. To take yourself to the hospital after getting shot in the head, bro, that is strength. That is strength.
In that area at around 4:10 p.m. Also, CPD officers could be seen canvassing the area near the gas station at the intersection of East 79th Street and South Maryland Avenue. Officers also had taped off a portion of Maryland Avenue near the gas station. Now, apparently people in that area and that neighborhood was ready for revenge. 79th and Essence is also an area where G Herbo claimed and is allegedly from.
Now coming in from the city's south side, Skycam 9 is live over the scene of a shooting at 79th and Maryland. We're told 2 people have been shot and injured. They've been taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, one in fair condition, the other in critical condition. You can see this is not far from a gas station. Police currently have the intersection of 79th and Maryland shut down as they investigate. Coming in from the city's south side, Skycam 9.
And we know a couple days ago, Chicago ended shot spotters, so tweets like this allowed more information. And same a man was ready to protect a block. An anonymous tip say 2 male black, both with dreads on the corner, one wearing a blue hoodie, the big gun, going in and out of the buildings in front of a blue van. Now the man that was allegedly shot in the head was a guy who was identified as CEO Holcomb on Instagram. And the reason we know that is because after the situation, Q50 has said this: "On my grandma, I got 5K for anybody. I don't give a if it's a doctor or they OG. If @_TMC slide or @CEO Holcomb could say F Bloodhound again or raise a finger, it's can't." According to Q50, both of them are victims. Now, if you made it this far, fam, after doing my research, the victims, the CEO Holcomb dude, people looking in from the outside, mistaking him for the Holcomb group that has something to do with Schoon. But it seems he might not. It seems he's a dude from Risky, which is an area in Chicago. Now, in that incident we just talked about on Wednesday was when he got head tapped. But 2 days later on Friday, as we mentioned, you never know what a person got going on when you get next to him.
Right.
Q50, Brandon, and Skrilla went to that area to shoot a music vlog and a video, which led to them, the people he was affiliated with, to come spin that area again. But Schoon come into play again, because allegedly, all this stemmed from someone from Risky having something to do with Schoon's death because of money placed on his head by a guy named YFG Fesso. Allegedly. I know that was a lot. I had to do a lot of reading and research just to get to that. But there you have it. And again, for those who want to know how Lil Schoon was allegedly set up by people he knew, check out the video. But he was gunned down, may he rest in peace, late July 7th, 2024, on 89th and Langley. Sending prayers to everybody who was involved in this situation. Every job can be risky. You can come with the most purest intentions. But all in all, as we always know, you never know what the next person got going on.
Ain't
it's
that
tough.
right? Ain't that right? You don't never know what somebody got going on, man. That's why you just, man, you can't even avoid it, man. You can't even avoid it. And that's why I say them hood vlogs, man, they are very risky to do. But you gotta take some risks. You can't be scared on a hood vlog. You can't be scared, and you gotta be understanding and at least somewhat prepared to do them, because like you don't never know what's gonna happen, man. And what's a little bit dangerous about it too is that you can get caught up in some beef. Like they'll be like, you say something or the guy say something, and you laugh about it. Whole time you don't even know what you're laughing at, and he joking about, because they code stuff so much. You just don't know like what you're saying, what he's saying, and he disrespecting somebody, and it is what it is, man. You get what I'm saying.